What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are going to do a how to build deck video for the Digimon TCG. Now, this is something I'd like to do in the future, future videos and stuff like that. Necessarily not how to build a deck like a deck that has been doing well for a long time, but how to build a deck that hasn't been around for a while. You know, it's been a while since we got Diaboromon support. This video is going to be because of the upcoming Diaboromon support in EX6 and then again more in BT17. But generally, when a deck gets new support, sometimes it doesn't necessarily jive with the old support. Some of the old support might not be really that great for the deck, and so it's kind of nice to go through and pick out what cards would complement the new support until we get that second wave of support, because we're going to be short. You know, I want to play EX6 Diaboromon. I don't think it's going to be as good as it will be in BT17, but I want to start testing and playing and seeing what I can do, what I can figure out about the deck so that I'm well prepared to potentially play it in BT17, maybe even at a tournament if it's going to be doing well. So, I mean, that is one thing I really do think about. Like when Shine Greymon came out again back in BT12, I started playing Shine Greymon. I was playing old Shine Greymon cards to complement it because we didn't have the EX4 support. It was EX5. That was EX. It was EX4. EX4 support. We didn't have the BT13 support. We had 3 lines of support before the deck was just super powerful. So that was something that I wanted to start playing the deck right away because I really like Shine Greymon. I really like Diaboromon. I really want to start playing it right away. So we're going to talk about it in this video, go through some of the old cards, as well as what's going to change when we do get those new cards. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, let's get into it here. We have the eggs here. We have the Sunamon from BT2, which has an inherited. Well, you have another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon. It gets plus that 2,000, so that's pretty good inheritable. We also have the BT5 Sunamon. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has the unidentified trait, draw 1 card from your deck. So both of these abilities are really, really good. Depends how you build the deck. If you need your guy to be a powerhouse, then you're probably going to want to build it this way. Generally, I think draw power. I don't know if the deck has super good amounts of draw power. So I mean, I definitely think that potentially this is the way to go to get that extra draw power. I don't see the DP being, super important, but it could be. You could go either way. Either way, depends what you feel is more important. Right now, I think I'm leaning towards this one, but I mean, until I build the deck and kind of see where the pitfalls of it is, I'm not going to know. Maybe it's going to be like, okay, well, I need to have more DP, and then in this case, I'm going to play the BT2 version. Of course, we won't have a new version. EX6 doesn't have a new Sumamon, so until BT17, which he has the inherited effect on deletion if this Digimon had the unidentified trait, gain 1 memory. So the memory gain is really good too. I potentially think that this is the way the deck could go in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we still end up playing these guys. So for right now, I think I'm leaning towards the BT5 version. Then we get into the monsters. We have the new Keramon in EX6. It's going to be a must-play. 4 copies, on-play, reveal top 3, add 1 tamer or option with Diaboromon in its name, its text, and 1 card with the unidentified trait among them to your hand, and then trash the rest. So it goes to the trash, which isn't necessarily bad. Sometimes going to the trash is better. It has inheritable on deletion. This Digimon had the unidentified trait. You may play 1 Diaboromon token. Again, really, really good, really strong. You're going to have to play 4 of it. It's going to be a must play 4. And then if you look at some of the older Keramons, you have this Keramon from EX1, which has the inherited for each other Digimon you have in play with the same name. This Digimon has 1000 DP. Again, could be relevant. You're going to want to hard play this guy some of the time. So this could be a nice guy to put in the back. We're not going to have the BT17 yet, and he's got opponent's turn effect and on deletion effect, which is going to be really relevant. We're not going to go into it because we don't have this for this format, but this is probably going to be probably a 4 of as well. Maybe we'll see, but we don't have it yet, so we got to play these other cards. So now looking at promo Keramon, it has opponent's turn. This Digimon gets plus 1,000. Whereas, like I said, this one here is just for your turn. For each Digimon, other Digimon you have in play with the same name. So the more tokens you get, the more the stacks. So again, both really good. I think promo, less likely to play that promo card. You also have the BT2, which has the inheritable. When you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, draw one card from your deck. I could see this one being playing a couple copies of this one to get you that extra draw. It's good to put in the back. And then you have another searcher on play, reveal top 5 cards from your deck, add one Digimon card with unidentified trait and one Errata Sonata card among them to your hand. Place the remainder cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So I think this one's still going to be good. It's a 5 searcher. It doesn't throw things in your trash, which is not going to be good once we get Clock of the End, because it's going to put Clock of the End at the bottom of your deck. So this card I could see playing, 3 or 4 of it this format, but then not playing any of it once we get to the BT17 support. If you're playing Clock of the End, that is. So this one I think is good, going to be good right now. Definitely think the 2 searchers are going to be good, and then you can kind of figure out what else you want to play for these inheritables right here. Because when we get this guy here, it's going to be opponent's turn. When opponent's Digimon is played or Digivolves, if that Digimon is level 5 or higher, you may Digivolve this Digimon into an Infernmon from your hand without paying the cost. So warped, ignoring Digivolution requirements. So warps him. And then on deletion, if the Digimon had the identified trait, which is the whole purpose of this deck, you may play one Diaboromon token without paying the cost. So again, really, really good. Getting into the Infernmons, we have the new Infernmon EX6. He's going to be when this card would be played from the hand by deleting one of your Digimon with the identified trait. You may reduce the play cost by 3, so you can play him for 2. So he's a 2-cost drop or a 2-cost Digivolution right into your level 4. On play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. Good. On deletion, if this Digimon had the unidentified trait, that's the inheritable, you may play one Diaboromon token. Again, really good. Just spamming those tokens every time your thing dies. Then we have other Keramons to think about. So we have, where's it here? We have the promo one, which is a blocker. And you're not going to play this one. It's a blocker where you lose 2 memory. You're not going to play this guy. You have the inheritable Keramon that all of your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gain when you're gain decoy, basically. When your other black/white Digimon would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent one of those Digimon's deletion. So inheritable decoy, not bad, because it keeps your big guy alive. So that could potentially be a Keramon you play. You're gonna max out your EX6 cards because they're the new support that was making the deck better again. There's the BT2 guy. When you play another Digimon, gain a memory. That's also potentially one you could play for the back end kind of thing like that, going up the line. You also have the Keramon from BT5, which has when digital, if you don't have an Errata Sonata card in play, you may play one for your hand without paying its memory cost. I think we're going to play that one. And then your turn, inheritable, all your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gain. I believe it's Rush, but I can't see that. I think it's Rush. Yeah, it's Rush. It doesn't show me. I can see the little keywords there, but they don't show up on when you put the card over the thing. So the Rush. So that's really good. I think that is one you definitely probably gonna play. Is definitely gonna play the BT5 one because it gets you a free Errata. And you're going to play Errata because he's your tamer. So I definitely think probably highly likely this is your other champion. And then you might play a couple copies of maybe the decoy guy or the memory gain guy. And then the last one is the EX6 one, inherited effect. When one of your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. That's also a good inheritable. Gets you multiple swings. when you're just killing your tokens. So that's good too. You could play a couple copies of that. We have Infernmon, of course, this is the BT5 one. Your Keramon can digivolve into this card from your hand for a memory cost of 4, ignoring the card's dissolution requirements. On deletion, you may play 1 Diaboromon token. Again, this goes with the theme of the deck, so you can see you playing this definitely. You have the EX1, which once per turn, when an opponent's level 5 digivolves into level 5 or higher, Digimon gain a memory. It's kind of good gaining memory on your opponent's turn. All turns, all of your other Digimon with the same name as this Digimon get plus 2000 DP. So that's really good too. And then we have, of course, our EX6 guy. He's going to be, again, really good on play when digivolving. By deleting one of your Digimon with Diaboromon its name, this Digimon may digivolve into a Diaboromon in your hand without paying the cost. Really good. All turns, once per turn, when one of your other Digimon with Diaboromon and its name is played, one of your opponent's Digimon will I think it's de-digivolve. Yeah, basically you get to de-digivolve. So this guy's really good. Infernmon from BT, or that's the promo, gets de-digivolve 1. It's not super strong. I don't see you playing that one, especially when this guy already gives you that effect basically by digivolving into your Diaboromon and using his abilities. You also have the new Infernmon, which we're going to get later on. We'll do this one first. BT2, when the Digimon would digivolve into Diaboromon in your hand, reduce the cost of the Digillution by 1. So that can be handy too, reducing the cost if you don't have your EX6 guy. So I could see you playing a combination of maybe BT5 and BT2, and I'm not sure about the EX1 guy. Definitely going to max out on EX6 while we wait for the BT17, which is when digivolving one of your opponent's Digimon, de-digivolve. And then one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 8 or less can attack players until the end of their turn. And then all turns, once per turn, when you play another Digimon with Diaboromon and its name inheritable, one of your opponent's Digimon de-digivolve. Yeah, so just lots of de-digivolve. So we go to our Diaboromon, our first black Diaboromon, which was the promo Diaboromon, which is your turn. For each Diaboromon you have, this Digimon gets security attack +1. This could still be really good, because you could still potentially, if you're building up a lot of tokens, and then you go into this guy, you could still potentially go for game, do multiple checks. And it's a black, it's not a white, so this is really good. You have Diaboromon Ace, which again is going to be really good, other than the Ace, the overflow. But especially now that you have your Diaboromon line to play with him, I think he's going to be better than he was before. People were just attacking him. And when digivolving, when attacking, you make tokens. And then once per turn, when effect plays another Digimon, you may delete one of your opponent's play cost Digimon 3 or lower. For each Diaboromon, add 2 to the maximum play cost this effect. So yeah, you can get up there pretty quick now with this deck. So potentially you're going to see Ace in there. Of course, you're going to see the Diaboromon. Start your main phase. When digivolving, you may play a Diaboromon token. When an opponent's Digimon is played, you may activate one of the Digimon's when digivolving effects. All turns, all of your other Digimon with Diaboromon's name gain. What was it? Okay, I'm trying to think. This Digimon can't be deleted in battles against security Digimon. So jamming, basically, and blocker. So yeah, so that's really good on your opponent's turn. And of course, we're not going to get the BT17 right away, so that one's going to be a little bit later. And then we have our EX1 Diaboromon, which is going to be what is it here? At the end of battle, you may play 1 Diaboromon token. I don't see that as being as good, because you're not going to play like a lot of copies of it, I don't think. So you're not necessarily going to have that coming out of security a lot. Yeah, and they gain blocker. I don't think it's necessarily going to be the best one there. I think the Diaboromon token, the original one, the BT2, or no, that's BT5. When Digivolving, you may play a Diaboromon token. That's not a good enough effect, I don't think, now, especially if it's being a white card. I think the original one, when attacking, you may play alterns. When this Digimon would be deleted in battle, you may delete one of your other Diaboromon. I think this one would be definitely better at this point in the game. Of course, it is versus 3 cost versus 4 cost, so that's another thing you got to think about. But the fact, all it does is on when Digivolving is play a token. I don't think that's good enough to play. I'm wondering. I'm probably thinking the combination is going to be maxing out on the EX6 guy and playing some of the aces. I don't know if you're going to play any of the other Diaboromons, but I could be wrong. Could be better to play something like that. But being is that these are both black and the rest of them are like the other good ones are white right now, I could potentially see that being an issue. You could end up playing, there's a new Armageddonmon coming out, which I think is going to be really great, but until we get him, you could still play the old Armageddon. This card, when you play this card from your hand, you may delete one of your Diaboromon to reduce the card's play cost by 12, so you can play it for 3 just by killing a token. And it gets Rush, and then alterns the when Digivolving effects on level 7 Digimon don't activate. So this is really good because, like, say goodbye to all your cool level 7s. Say goodbye to Mark mode. Say goodbye to burst modes. Say goodbye to what's his name? Ruin mode ability. So many good level 7 abilities, and it just says no, you can't do it. Won't help you against armor because they're level 6s, but still really, really good against all those level 7 power creep cards. So I could actually see him playing 1 or 2 of this, just because it's such a free to play thing to reduce the cost by 12, just for killing one of your tokens. And this is the first time we really had a good Diaboromon deck to splash this in, so I could see playing this card. Of course, you got to max out, I think, on erratas. Maybe not max out, but at least like 3, I'm thinking, because it started your turn. If you have a Digimon with unidentified trait, gain a memory. So that's really easy to put out your guy from raising. When one of your Digimon digivolves into Diaboromon, you may suspend this Tamer to play a Diaboromon token. So it's really, really good. You want to see it. You want to hit it in security. So you got to at least play 3, I think. Maybe, you might, I don't know if there's any other really good Tamers we want to play in this deck. You maybe want to splash in a memory Tamer, since we don't have one specifically for Diaboromon at this point. And just thought of things like Ultimate Flare. Ultimate Flare has always been really good in the deck as a, security bomb, stuff like that. Just having it, Digivolve, it is a big point of the game. A big point of this deck. In the movie, they kind of destroys both Metal Greymon, Wergurumon, and they go back to being rookies. So that was, and then they have to go back and fight them again and, warp to their megas. So yeah, it's definitely is a theme of the deck, and so I definitely think Ultimate Flares might be good. There's probably a lot of other options that are good. You're probably going to play things like Black Trainings to reduce those Digivolution costs. Might even play Black Mem Boost if you don't have a huge number of options in Tamers, because that's really good too. And that way you could play some of these other Keramons. You wouldn't have to play so many Searchers. So there's lots of different options. So that's good. I'm really interested to see how the deck gets played, but that's kind of where we are here with it. We got tons of a lot more options I thought, because it's been a while. Like I said, it's been since EX1 BT5 that we've got in our last Diaboromon support, unless, other than counting Diaboromon Ace. So, I think the deck has a lot of potential. I think the deck could be pretty good to play without the BT17 support. It might not be super competitive, but it probably will be somewhere in that realm of playable to the point where you can consistently, beat or at least put up a good fight against things. So just giving some of those options available and going through them. I kind of know where I'm headed with this deck. Like I said, definitely think, some options are better than others. You tell me what you guys think in the comments. Did I miss anything? Is there other cards that would really complement this that might not be in the Diaboromon line, or should we just keep that stuff out of the deck because we want that pure unidentified deck? Tell me what you guys are thinking about for the deck in the comments below, and we will have a deck profile for this within the next couple weeks once we hit EX6. Hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.